So you want to see what my fucking minimalist life looks like now, huh? Alright. But please, don't judge. Don't judge a motherfucker. Well, I promised you all a tour of my little minimalist room. Now, all of my worldly possessions, with the exception of my vehicle, and a few miscellaneous things in storage, which are on the chopping block, but I don't pay for that storage, so it's not a big deal. I will get rid of that shit eventually. Anyways, it's not perfect. You know, I'm not the fucking poster child for minimalism by any stretch of the words. There's mistakes I am making. And we're going to go through my shit today. And we're going to take a look and see if things that I could possibly get rid of or things that, you know, I might justify keeping. So we're going to kind of go through my current situation as a minimalist. I pay a very modest amount for this room. It's not a big deal in terms of my minimum wage income, which I just did my math today. I'm currently on track to make maybe $14,000 this year before taxes, and you know, taxes will probably take a grand or two of that. So that's what I'm here to go over today. We're gonna look at my shit. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is my sleeping. It's all about efficiency. If you're gonna live in a room this small, this is a small ass room, then you are going to need to be pretty efficient. That means most things should serve more than one purpose. So I'm going to go over some of those objects that I do have that serve many purposes. Some serve several purposes, but not the least of which, my bed. It is essentially a fold-out love seat. So, and right now it is in bed mode. So I'm going to go ahead and transform it to not bed mode, or in love seat mode, or something. And just like that, I have a motherfucking living room where I can comfortably sit and watch my TV. So, and I also give myself more room to work at the same time. So, that is my sleeping arrangements. Now, it's fairly comfortable, I'll say. It's fucking... We'll go through the closet in a minute. It's better than sleeping on the ground. I've done that, obviously, too. It's not, ironically, I'm more comfortable when I sleep in the Prius when I do my road trips, because I put a better mattress in usually for that. And so it's not perfect. It could use, there's room for improvement. But it gets the job done. I get my sleep. You know, I may be sore every once in a while, but for the most part, it's functional. It does what I need it to do. I don't need a big, expensive-ass, elaborate bed to to live my life. As long as I can sleep, I'm good. And at first, it was rough to sleep on. But as time went on, you know, you're going to be tired enough that you'll just start getting used to it. and your body adjusts, and now I can sleep on it no problem. It was the same when I got into trucking and had to sleep in the truck all the time. That required a decent amount of getting used to before I got a good night's sleep. So that is that. So now over in this corner, that's the doorway to an attic. Just my lighting equipment and where all the magic happens. My fucking Sony AX. This is how I do all my live streaming video stuff. It's pretty much exclusively, unless I'm doing it like a night, filming at night, as far as adventure videos and stuff like that, it pretty much stays there wired into the computer, which is below the desk. So, you know, it's a nice video camera. It's 4K, you know, 30p, and it gets the job done. It looks pretty good. It's definitely, I don't even use the 4K when I'm streaming, so it's not a big deal to have it, but it's really nice for a running gun camera that doesn't require a lot of preparation. I'm playing like ambient fucking thunder and lightning on my shit. So, you know, of course I got myself a little shelf over here that holds the router and shit. That's the router and the internet and all of that. So there's that. Here is the one thing that I could put on the chopping block. That is my motherfucking VR headset. It is, I've used it once in the past, well, maybe twice in the past year. That's how little use this has gotten. So this is most definitely something I may try and sell off. And if I can't sell it, I might give it away. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Right now, I can't quite bring myself to give it up. But it's definitely, it's on the list of shit to do. So, and then over here, now I used a system of these cheap-ass Walmart wooden folding tables. And there's a plastic folding table from Walmart as well, and another wooden folding table over there. This is where I do a lot of my content creation work, and I also do my video editing for clients here. I do my photo editing here. That's why I wanted to have a nice 4K OLED television that's HDR, so that I could really get good image quality, preview that image quality, and see just how, you know, just how it goes. And then over there you can see I got Pure White and Deadly there for those of you, it's a book about sugar that came out the same time that we were dealt the low-fat, high-carb bullshit diet. This is the book we should have listened to, and our current health situation would have been a hell of a lot better. So there's that. I left my fucking speaker on. Yeah. So I'm not very efficient when it comes to my computer gear. I have two laptops. One for, you know, gaming and that kind of stuff, or just whatever I want to do. Which is this laptop. I have another laptop I use that is purely for photo editing, and I do use that quite often. I use this computer quite often. It's sometimes handy when streaming to have a second computer to really do other things so they don't interfere with your broadcast. And, you know, sometimes I'll put the chat window on there so I don't have to look too far away from the camera. I haven't been doing that lately, but it's on my list of shit to do. And then over here's my sound mixer. This is, a lot of people ask me about my audio setup. I've had this microphone for fucking, I want to say, well over 15 years. I bought this 15 years ago. I paid $200 for it at the time. You can currently buy these on Amazon. For those of you who are interested, it is the XL 990 something or other. I don't even know the fucking brand, but you can find them on Amazon for like $95 now. So if you know, a lot of you have praised the voice quality of my podcasts. This is my setup that makes that happen. And I have this Yamaha mixer I bought from the local band store here because I like to do karaoke, and so the multi-function purposes of all of this they're also my entertainment. I sing, I do all kinds of shit. It's my streaming shit, it's my YouTube production stuff, if I need to do voiceover work, if I need to do podcasts, this is my setup for that. I also, if I'm playing an online game that has chat features, I can turn this mixer on and use that as my microphone to talk to people in games with. So my entertainment is heavily related to my the same equipment I use professionally to make money. So that's pretty much the dual purpose. Underneath here, and I do use this occasionally, it's just hard to find the time to make music because it's very time consuming. I like making music, and I also make my own music sometimes for my YouTube channel and any video productions I work in. Like, it came in it was invaluable when I worked on the short film that I finished recently, because I ended up doing a lot of sound design and shit on this M Audio MIDI keyboard, which works with FL Studio, which is a sequencing program. So it's basically, if you're going to be a digital musician and you know how to play keyboard, which I do kind of, I know chords and shit and some scales, this is the thing to do. This is what you can do it with. It wires right into the software, and you can play pretty much any instrument you can think of digitally. So that's what I do there. Over here, this has been one of the best purchases I've ever made. I use it daily. It's just a very loud, awesome, water-resistant Bluetooth speaker. And it's very bassy, it's very full sounding, and this comes in handy when I'm gonna do outdoor events or camps where I don't want to, non-backpacking trips, because it's heavy, I don't want to carry it. But I use it almost daily. Like if I'm taking my Epsom salt bath, this thing goes in there with me so that I can, watch videos or listen to podcasts or listen to music, while I soak in and get my magnesium for the day and shit. Behind that, I have my Zoom portable recorder. This is for when I want to podcast or do video production or any number of other things out on the road. And that's kind of what I have there. Down there, I have my powerful desktop computer, and sorry, my wiring is very unorganized. It's because I'm constantly fucking with wires to recharge batteries, to do all kinds of shit. I need to really work on this area. This is really fucked up. I can't even tell what wires are going where. I need to clean that shit up at some point. I just haven't got around to it. Not a perfect... Minimalism doesn't necessarily equal neat and organized like they tell you on fucking YouTube all the time. Down there is my stack of hard drives. Pretty much all my video content, all my photography content that I've produced over the past 3, 4, about almost 5 years, plus some stuff from my old YouTube channel, which no longer exists, is still archived down there, and we may take a look at that at some fucking point. Over there's the subwoofer that goes with the sound bar. You gotta have good sound when you're a content producer, so you can kind of get an idea of how your shit's gonna sound. I do have a gaming controller because I do occasionally game. It doesn't take up nearly the amount of time that it fucking used to. In my life, I do occasionally game though, and I'll probably stream some of that in the future. Just cause. So that is my setup, and it serves all my purposes. Now some of you might be saying, well, dickhead, you got more than one computer, you're a shitty fucking minimalist. You should shut the fuck up because you're not a minimalist. You gotta understand that I work and play entirely in this area when I'm home. I also go out in nature and go out and do other things. But for the most part, any content production, any entertainment is happening in this space. And all of these things have their purpose. Now, why would I need more than one computer? Well, sometimes the big computer's caught up with rendering. It's a lot better now since I switched to DaVinci Resolve. It used to take 3-4 hours to render a 4K video using Adobe, but now I can get it done in about the length of the video. So that's pretty fucking efficient. Got my green screen, I forgot to mention that and shit. So that's it, you know. There's the background that you guys often see when I'm too lazy to fuck with the green screen. So that's all over there. I got a monopod over there and my photo editing laptop there. So that's my simple room. And I have not, when I'm home, this is where I am, you know. This is pretty much my life. So let's get into the part that might get a little judgy on, and that's the fucking closet. So this is the closet. As you can see, it's partially blocked, but I don't need 2 fucking doors. I'm more than happy to go in here. I don't have a lot of clothes, to be honest with you. In fact, there's clothes in here that I'm going to be donating soon because I don't ever wear them. I'm a fairly basic person. I, you know, have shirts, and you've seen a lot of these because I wear the same shit quite often. And you know, I've got a pair of jeans, a pair of pants, a couple pairs of shorts, and, you know, socks and underwear. This over here is my car camping bug out kit. These 4 bins stack nicely behind the passenger seat and also serve as a platform for me to support the bed that I put in, which is a truck mattress, which I do have stored elsewhere. But I put that in the car, and I put these in the car, and I can efficiently car camp. But what I've been doing lately, instead of bringing these out, I just bring my backpack so that I have 2 options. I can either car camp or I can grab the backpack and go out and just camp for normal. Just do normal backpacking camp. So there's all of that. I've, of course, got dirty clothes. There's a suitcase for travel. Another suitcase under there for mainly, it's not really travel. It's more like hauling gear around. I use these to haul my video gear around. I've got plenty of fucking gear. So this is the area that needs a little bit of minimalist loving that I haven't really done. You know, I've got my camera gear up here. I've got gimbals and supporting equipment down there. I've got miscellaneous parts and pieces in there. I need to go through that and get rid of some shit because it's starting to get a little full. And I don't want to have to buy a second one of those. So to conserve space, I will be getting rid of some of this shit. Selling it off, throwing it away. You know, I try to sell shit first, equipment-wise. And, you know, that's how I upgrade my equipment. Most times I'll sell off old gear and use it to buy new gear. And then I make money with that gear and it pays for itself. And that's kind of how I ended up with this gear, is just doing that through various client situations, through working YouTube over the years. It's been quite the journey. So that's my workspace. Another thing I should mention is I haven't flown my drone in quite some time. I don't want to get rid of it, so I better start using it. It's fun. I enjoy flying the drone, but it's getting harder and harder with the laws to be able to do it, and I don't know. It might be some point where I try and sell it, if it's even able to be sold by the time I get around to it. I don't know. I've got camera stabilizers, you know, I've got lenses, all kinds of shit. That's pretty much my photography and videography storage closet. I got multiple bags and backpacks to haul gear around in, couple tripods. So everything I need to make a video production, I pretty much have. You know, I have additional lights inside that suitcase, and, you know, this is kind of like my mock dresser with a bunch of hats behind it. I need to get rid of some of them hats for sure. I keep my bedding up here, and I keep my important papers and client paperwork and all that other stuff in these 2 totes. I go through it periodically and shred shit that I don't need anymore. So there's that. I keep a couple of the lens boxes because I might sell the lenses at some point, and they get a better price when you have the box with them for some reason. I don't understand that, but that's just how it goes. So that's it. So that is my minimalist life. And it doesn't cost me a lot of money to live this way. Is this for everyone? No, this is for me. This is what I do. This is my choice. Could I have a bigger place? Yeah, but then I would have to work a hell of a lot more, doing a lot more shit that I don't like doing for too long amounts of time. And it just to have more space and a more shit that I can't even. That's the irony of this, is I don't even fucking use everything as much as I should as a minimalist be using it for it to bring value to my life. Even in this small room. Imagine if I had a full house or full apartment all to myself. What the hell? I would have piles of shit that it would just start to pile up, shit that I don't need. And that's what you should think about when you look around your living. You should do what I just did and kind of evaluate what you use things for. How often do you use them? Could you get more value out of it by selling something and maybe getting something that you wish you had that you think you would use a lot? And really ask yourself those questions before you make a purchase. You know, is this bringing value? A lot of these things I've shown you not only bring me value from an entertainment perspective, but they also make me money. I use these things to create content that either sells, like stock photography, YouTube videos, which have gone down in value since I started doing this, but you guys clearly have sponsored this video this week. And you know, like I said, for those of you unfamiliar, I've got this new thing where if I get at least $20 in contributions, whether it's 20 people giving me $1 or one person or more per week, I will do one video, up to 5 videos for every $20. So that way I'm at least making $20 for the time I spend producing and editing videos. So that's one of my plans going forward. If I don't get any contributions, I'll do videos when I can. And sometimes I'm pretty busy and I don't get to. So that's why you're getting a lot of content this week, is because I had some very generous contributors. And I want to thank all of them. I don't have my list handy, but I'll probably thank them in the next video again. Anyway, and I did thank them in my previous video by name and recognized that they're the reason I was able to stop doing Uber this week and start doing this. I've, you know, it's essential if you're going to downsize your job. If you hate your job, you've got to cut your lifestyle. There's no way around, unless you got a skill set that is awesome that you could easily monetize into having a bigger space. But the thing is, if I did earn more money than an annual minimum wage income, I would still probably live the same here. You know, I don't know, maybe I would upgrade to a more studio, slightly larger space to make filming videos a little easier. But for the most part, I would probably just funnel the money into better equipment, better skill set, better ability to do things that make money. Like for example, if I were a baller income doing what I do, I would probably upgrade my camera gear and rent out the gear as a service, or even just rent out my skills with the gear, like a cinema 4K camera. There's a large filmmaking community here that I'm trying to lend my services to try and make some money with. And so, these are all things to consider. What is your skills? What do you wish you had the skills to? That's the other question. 5 years ago, I didn't know shit about photography. I knew a lot about video production from being a YouTuber and from going to film school briefly and editing. I'd had a lot of experience with that, but as far as photography, I didn't even pick up a DSLR. And then I bought one for a completely different purpose. I bought it to create textures for, you know, a 3D modeling program because I know how to do that. With the intent of producing and selling 3D models for use in production and stock photography and all kinds of other shit. Turned out to be too time-consuming to allow me to have other income streams, and I like to have more than one. But I started taking pictures with it, and lo and behold, people started wanting me to do pictures for them, and I was able to monetize that, because when people want you to do shit, if they want you to do shit bad enough, they'll pay you for your services. And it's okay. It's okay to get paid, all right? It's okay to make money doing what you love if you are providing value to the people that are giving you the money. And, you know, I'd like to think that my videos on YouTube provide value, or at the very least entertainment value, if not occasionally providing a little information to help y'all improve your life in some way. If any mistakes I make or any things that I do that are fucked up, even if you learn from my mistakes before I do, you know, then that's kind of the value I bring. And there have been many people who have supported me over the years, including this very video, of being a YouTuber that, you know, I'd like to believe they got their money's worth. Otherwise, why would they contribute as much as and as often as some people do it regularly? And it's also mind-blowing that, you know, I always looked at it as like somebody give a contribution and then that's it. That person is contributed all they're willing to, and that hopefully someone new will come to the channel and fill in the gap, and I could keep doing this full time. Of course, YouTube's algorithm shift has completely fucked that up. You know, now the reason this video exists this week is some of the people who regularly donated. I didn't get new people necessarily. I think there was one new person that did donate, but most of the people that donate to the channel are the same people over and over again who apparently really value what I do. You know, but there's always people that are like, I ain't fucking paying you. I don't like your shit. That's fine. I'm not requiring anybody to do that. But, you know, just keep in mind, if you don't see a video for 2 weeks, it's probably because I don't have enough money to do the things that I need to do to pay my bills, to do all of that, because I do have bills. I've got a decent amount of overhead. We can do that in another video, what my income and expenses are. But it's not a lot of bills is the thing, and because I've structured my life in that way. But, you know, that's what it boils down to, is evaluate your stuff, because that is generating stress, it's generating anxiety, it is preventing you from, a lot of people can't be mobile. Like, it wouldn't take much for me to pack this room up and throw it in storage and go tour the world or some shit. Don't have the funding or the time right now to do that, but it could happen. I want to go to Yosemite. I'm planning the entire month of November. I'm probably going to be out of state. I haven't figured it out exactly yet, but that's pretty much my birthday month, and I'm kind of planning it to be in a warmer climate while it's cold up here. And, you know, really get out and see the places that I never got to see as a trucker. These are goals I have, and they cost money. It's not free. So I need to generate income in order to do these things. And I'd like to share this journey that I plan with you guys. Only way I can do that is if I can take the time to edit, to create the videos, to stream, to do all of the things that you guys seem to want me to do. You know, I feel that, you know, that's the best way going forward, is have the user funded, you know, the user sponsored videos, because advertisers clearly aren't going to agree with me because I talk a lot of shit. Let's face it, I'm surprised I still have ads on my videos, you know, but it's not a huge income anymore. It has gone down exponentially, the ad revenue. Thanks to adpocalypse after adpocalypse, censorship, tweaking of algorithms for exposure, for growth. These are all things that YouTube has fucked with, and I've watched my graph go all the way the fuck in the tank. Regardless, I still get the same amount of views overall per month. I just don't get paid as much by YouTube for them. So that's it there. Just wanted to give you a little update on this. But tell me what you think in the comments below of my minimalist living situation. Is there anything you think that maybe I could improve upon, or that I should do, you know, a little more efficiently? I mean, there's a lot of things to criticize. I mean, just looking at that wire situation down there it's enough to make anybody cringe, especially if they have OCD or something. But everything in here I use and is functional and provides an enormous amount of value, with the exception of my fucking VR shit, you know. So could there be things I could tighten here and there? Absolutely. You know, it is what it is. But when you see me in my little room in front of this green screen, or in front of that while I'm doing my podcasts, this is where it all happens. With the exception of the out and about, out in the world videos, which I want to do more of. I haven't done enough of those lately. So the next video I film, I'm probably going to go out and film somewhere. Just because I need to get the fuck out of this room. Because I do spend too much time in here. I will say that lately. And I feel like I'm missing out on the summer because I've been in here a lot. But I'm going to be in here a lot this week because I'm making all this content. So it is what it is. But remember, I'm not a fucking expert. I'm not even the world's greatest minimalist. I'm just a fucking asshole. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Apparently, people are not going to let my channel die. They're still going to make me make videos on there. And I will, going forward. This video also premiered on DLIVE. If you're watching this on DLIVE, stay tuned after this video, because we'll chat and hang out a little bit and maybe talk about things. The new format for DLive for my normal videos, I'm going to premiere the video on there and maybe pause periodically to talk about it in chat if it warrants it. And then of course stay after and hang out and talk about things in a stream afterwards. So if you want to see what happened with this video live, you can check out the replay for 7 days after I stream it. But in the meantime, if you're on YouTube, you're just seeing this YouTube video. So that's the other plan for when I film content for YouTube or for Minds that is going to be just a straight up video. It will always show up on DLive first. I am very happy with the DLive platform. I know not all of you are, but it's definitely a place I want to hang my hat in terms of broadcasting, podcasting, and streaming. It's working for me. Will that always be the case? No. Does it have its problems? Absolutely. There's things that are frustrating about it. I understand. You don't have to go there if you don't want to. You can stay on YouTube and you'll still get content from me. You can go to minds.com and you'll see a little bit more content there. You'll also see all my replays get posted there. So if you're not following me on minds.com, that's a great way to find the replays. A lot of people have complained that they couldn't. When they're there, I usually tag them or they're in my feed so that you can just click through and it goes straight to the replay and you get to watch it. And and if you like the replays, you can contribute Lino during them. And support the channel that way. If you like this video, you found it enlightening, or you want me to make a lot more videos, head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and leave a tip in the virtual tip jar. For up to 5 videos a week, for each $20 threshold, I will dedicate a day to producing a video. And that will be how it is. So if there's only 1 video a week, that's probably because nobody contributed. If there's a video every fucking day, that means I got a lot of contributors. So that's kind of the plan there. So if you want to go there, you can contribute on ScottTheTruckDriver.com. There's PayPal, there's Bitcoin, there's all of these ways to support the channel. So head on over and do that. If not, just watch the fucking ads that I'm going to pepper my videos with until I'm completely demonetized. And that can support the channel as well. So these are all little tools. We got to do, us YouTubers, we got to do all kinds of shit. Am I still a YouTuber? I don't know. I don't feel like it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know, if you guys want me to keep doing this and you want me to keep pumping out content, then I'll keep doing it. But I can't do it, you know, the hours that I was putting in before. I just couldn't, you know, without some kind of income coming in. I need to be pretty efficient with my income now because I'm planning that trip in November. I'm planning Yosemite. I'm planning a lot of things that I want to have a budget for so that I can do them comfortably without worrying about trying to make money while on the road. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed my little tour of my little room. Have a nice motherfucking day. And shit. I can't wait to read the comments to this. There's going to be all kinds of judgy shit in there. I don't know. No, you guys are pretty good. I haven't had a lot of negativity. I will say my photography channel, one of my videos got like 3,000 views, and I was getting ratioed because I swore. Apparently photographers don't fucking swear or enjoy swearing. So, you know what? Fuck that. If I want to make a fucking photography video and say fucking it, I'm going to fucking say fuck as many fucking times as I can to make those fucking people that can't fucking handle the word fuck to fuck off. Alright? That's it. You know, that's my thoughts on the photography channel. I don't need your views if you're offended easily. Thank you. You know, move along. I'll be a eternally small YouTuber if I'm even a YouTuber. I don't need sensitive, fucking judgy motherfuckers watching my shit. I don't. You won't be missed. If you don't like my swearing, then more power to you. There's plenty of fucking sanitized content out there in our politically correct fucking world for you to consume. Wow, that was deep. I went off the deep end there. Have a nice motherfucking day and shit.